Fox co-host Jeanine Pirro really wants that SCOTUS leaker charged with something, anything.
Whoever leaked this, we have to find out who the person is and charge them with a crime. I don't know what the crime would be, whether it's some kind of fraud on government property. I've heard there's a statute, fraud on the government, that's very broad that could include this kind of act.
It's like, you got to charge him. You got to charge him with something. I heard there's a statute somewhere. No, there's not. There's no statute there. In fact, legal experts have already weighed in. And a lot of them are saying that the leak of a draft opinion is not a crime. It's not illegal. The Department of Justice will be very unlikely to charge anyone with a crime, which means, of course, the new narrative is, why isn't the Justice Department doing something about the leaker? It must be because it's Joe Biden. Oh, come on. Liberal Department of Justice. Not even going after this leaker for not doing a real crime. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a quote here. This is Trevor Timm, a First Amendment-focused lawyer and executive director of the Freedom of the Press Foundation. Here's what he said about this. Right now, it's unclear whether the leaker broke any law at all. Okay? Even the people claiming this act is beyond the pale, which is an opinion, that's fine. You could say, oh, this is deeply unprofessional. Okay, I don't care. But sure. Even the people claiming this act is beyond the pale and the FBI must investigate haven't pointed to a definitive law this leaker allegedly broke. The only thing maybe is if they stole this from a computer, from like a government computer. Even then, you have draft opinions that are not considered to be classified. In fact, here's University of Texas Law School professor Stephen I. Vladek adding later, quote, unless the draft was obtained through means that were themselves unlawful, I'm having a really hard time seeing what crime was committed in leaking it to the press. Well, the crime is letting the people know what Republicans plan on doing and how they are going to obliterate reproductive rights. Now they add, this doesn't mean there won't be or can't be an investigation. It's the new Benghazi. But I'd really be really surprised if it ended up with any kind of criminal charge. Another person, this is Bradley P. Moss of it's a national security and whistleblower lawyer, saying I'm extremely skeptical of what basis or what authority the Justice Department would have to inquire into this matter. It is certainly a fireable offense, without question, but there is no obvious criminal provision that would apply. Again, Benghazi! That's what it is. It's a Republican witch hunt. Okay? It's performative. Understand the Republican response. And really, the response is also meant to distract people from the content of the draft, which relies on destroying 50 years of judicial precedent on the issue of privacy. Alito's opinion noted that the Constitution makes no reference to abortion, and no such right is implicitly protected by any constitutional provision. So if it is not spelled out explicitly, according to Alito, well, then it's not a right, and according to apparently 5 justices. So, and by the way, this is not going to just affect abortion. It's going to ripple out to different things that are based on the Roe ruling, like same-sex marriage, for example, interracial marriage, even sodomy laws, Lawrence v. Texas. And so they want to control what kind of sex you have in your home, what you do in your personal life, your personal decisions. That's what they want to do. Right now they're saying, oh, no, we're not going to go beyond that. Oh, really? You're not going to go beyond that? Why should we trust you at all? Especially when every single time, every single justice on the stand, when they were doing their job interview for the Supreme Court, said, oh, no, we're not going to touch Roe v. Wade. Kavanaugh Gorsuch lied about it. Oh, we respect precedent. We care so much. We care so much about the institutions and the decisions that have come before us. Well, no, they don't care at all. They don't care at all. No. And remember, on that other point as well, they're going to come after you because conservatives had already tried to ban sex toys and oral sex. Ted Cruz tried to ban dildos. You remember that? Ken Cuccinelli tried to have oral sex banned in Virginia. These are not people that were back in the day. These are people that are still very relevant in today's politics. And what this is, by the way, you want to complain about big government. This is big government. This is the biggest government. The biggest government you can imagine. Going right up your privacy, right where you don't want it. I mean, come on. Again, they're telling you what kind of sex you can have, with whom, or they're going to, right? And right now they're telling you that you do not have, if you're a woman, if you're a birthing person, non-binary, transgender, if you have a uterus, they are telling you that you no longer have control of that. That's what they're saying. So that's the future that the far right is going for. Now, most people, most Americans, and I'll include Republicans in this, don't actually want that. Even conservative voters support keeping the institution of Roe v. Wade. Now, again, opinion is sort of mixed and like, oh, maybe we should add a couple more restrictions or take away a couple of restrictions or maybe just keep it the same. But generally, the vast majority of the American people, including Republicans, support Roe v. Wade. They do not support what is going on right now. And so that's probably why they're talking about the leaks. And also, they want to distract from January 6th, where you had actual crime, where people have gotten arrested, where people have been charged and sentenced. Jeanine Pirro is a clown. But she is echoing the rest of the party on this. And look, one thing that I know about propaganda, and this is what they're doing, this is what you're hearing over and over again on Fox News. The more you repeat something, the leaker has to be punished. Leaker did a crime. He did a crime. He did a crime. Or she. I don't know who it is. They. There was a crime here. There's a crime here. Really, really bad. It's such a crime. Well, then, eventually, there will be a sizable chunk of Republican voters that'll be like, yeah, get him, get the crime. Don't let them control the narrative by focusing on the leaker. The leaker is not the issue. No, it's Republicans. Talk about how Republicans are trying to take your rights away. That is the real issue. Focus on that issue.